Hey, how y'all doing? Miss y'all so much. I can't wait till I can read with you guys in person again. It's so much more fun to do this and then have you guys talk to me about it afterwards. Anyway, back to restart. Um, Chase was at the old folks' home working on community service, even though he technically doesn't have to. And his friends are not very nice about it. They're stealing the cookies and the juice, and they're rude to the guests. Um, let's see. You got a lot to learn, Ambrose, Aaron tells me. Get one of these Dumbledores talking about his war days, and you'll be here till you're as old as he is. I have to admit, it's probably good advice. All right, I say, let's just finish. We work our way down the hall to the last room on the floor. Almost done, Aaron groans. Just cloud 10 and we can get out of here. Cloud 10, I echo. You're going to love this one, Bear assures me. You know, cloud 9? Well, this old bag's at least one cloud up from that. Half the time she's convinced that this is some fancy hotel and we're room service. I see their point, but I feel kind of bad for Mrs. Swanson, who bustles around her living room in a frilly pink dressing gown dotted with sequenced flowers. She's obviously losing touch with reality, and there's nothing hilarious about that. At first, she thinks we've come for a visit, and she asks us to move the furniture into what she calls a conversation grouping. Aaron and Bear ignore her, but what harm will it do, really? So I shuffle a few chairs, no big deal. My friends are mugging at me behind her back the whole time, trying to make me laugh. They might be the smart ones. By the time I'm finished, sweaty and breathing hard, Mrs. Swanson is looking at me like she's too polite to ask me who I am and why I'm rearranging her apartment. Aaron and Bear are snickering out loud now. We drop off her cookies and juice and head for the door, but she comes bustling after us, waving her purse. She digs around and comes up with a $20 bill and offers it to me. Don't leave without your tip, she says. I take a step back. Oh, I couldn't accept. Before I can manage another word, Bear's meaty hand snatches the money and says, Enjoy your stay, he tells Mrs. Swanson with a big phony smile, and he's out the door like a shot. Aaron hot on his heels. I catch up to them in the hall. You can't take that money. That's like stealing. No, it's not, Bear replies. She gave it to me. Actually, she gave it to you, but you were too dumb to take it. Yeah, but I fumble for the right words. You know as well as I do the lady's not all there. That's discrimination, he says righteously. I'm not biased against dizzy old bats who haven't got a clue what the deal is. They can give me money just like everybody else. You don't know her. She would have gotten really upset if we hadn't taken it. She wants to believe what she believes. We're not here for kicks, you know, I insist. We got sent here by a judge. If we get caught accepting money from the residents, we could get a lot more than community service. Bear rounds on me in genuine amazement. You don't even have to be here, man. You made us bring you. I'm stubborn. Give the money back. Aaron tries to be reasonable. The museum pieces in this dump. They'd forget their own saggy butts if they weren't attached. By the time the door closed behind us, I guarantee you Cloud 9 forgot we were even there. If we go try to give her to her to try to straighten this out, it'll be like showing her how crazy she is. You want to be responsible for that? I know he's snowing me, but he's also kind of right. I doubt we could explain it to Mrs. Swanson that she just tipped the community service guys, but even if we could, she'd be embarrassed and upset and probably more confused than before. We should give the money to charity then, I mumble. Done, Bear agrees. It's going to my favorite charity, the Take a Bear to Lunch Fund. Who's up for pizza? We all laugh, but I'm laughing a lot less than these two. The whole thing leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and pizza is the last thing I'm thinking about. These guys are really rotten, aren't they? Why would you be friends with people like this? Ugh, awful. We stop in to see Nurse Duncan so Aaron and Bear can get their timesheets signed. I'm not technically on community service anymore, so there's no timesheet for me. Then we're headed for the pizza place like nothing ever happened. I keep looking at Bear, expecting to see the 20 glowing orange and burning a hole through the pocket of his jeans. I can't explain it, but the more they goof around, tripping and shoving each other, the less appetite I have for lunch. You okay, Ambrose? Aaron tosses at me in concern. You don't look so hot. I'll catch up with you guys later. I pound back in the direction of Portland Street. I hang a left and sprint up to the assisted living residence, then dash in the sliding door and straight to room 100. I pull a fistful of crumpled bills from my pocket and fish out a 20. Aaron's right. I would never be able to explain to Mrs. Swanson why I'm giving her money for what she could only see. I couldn't. Hold on, I'll get it. I'd never be able to explain to Mrs. Swanson why I'm giving her money for what she could only see as no reason. So my plan is simpler than that. I'll slip it right under her door. When she notices it, she will assume she dropped it. As I squat down and pass the bill through the gap between the door and the carpet, it occurs to me that if anybody sees me, it'll look like I'm doing something sleazy, not the one making it right. Luck is with me, though. I'm able to return the 20 unobserved. No, not return, I remind myself. I'm out 20 bucks in this deal. I feel a little resentful when I picture Aaron and Bear feasting on pizza that I'm essentially paying for, but it's a small price tag for being able to sleep at night. As I make my way out again, I pause in front of 121, the Medal of Honor guy's room. I squint at the small plaque on the wall. Mr. Julius Solway. The door is open a crack, and I catch a glimpse of Mr. Solway struggling across the room on his walker. Suddenly, a baleful eye is glaring at me through the opening. You're back! Mr. Solway's raspy voice growls from inside. What do you want now? My instinct is to flee, but curiosity gets the better of me. Which war was it? I asked the old man. You know, where you won the medal? The Trojan War. Remember Achilles? I was the one who shot him right in the heel. It stings, but I say, I didn't mean to disturb you. And I start away. Korea, he calls after my retreating back. 1952. I turn. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Solway. You must have done something really heroic. Everyone did, he replies gruffly. A lot of brave men are still buried there. They're the heroes. I'm just the one they picked to hang the bauble on. I can't help but ask, what did you do to earn the medal, I mean? I can still only see one eye, but it's impossible to miss the flash of impatience. I stood on my head and spit nickels. Listen, smart guy, when you get to be my age, you don't always remember the details of every single event of your life. But I don't expect a young punk like you to understand. He closes the door. Old people are supposed to have wisdom, but Mr. Solway is definitely wrong about me. I've already forgotten more than he'll ever know. We're starting to see some character from Chase and some pretty good integrity coming from him. Seems like he's making the right choices. Will he keep doing that? We'll find out. Stop by tomorrow. I'll read some more. Be safe, be healthy, be kind to one another.